welcome back. If you're coming back to my channel, greatly appreciate it. If you're new here, hello, I'm Jackie, and I do love to read. So I am here today with my June and July wrap-up video. I didn't read a lot in either month, been in a bit of a slump, so I decided to combine the 2 months. That gives us 5 books to talk about, which definitely is not my idea of great reading months. I do love to read more than that, but you know, sometimes life happens, mental health happens, all that sorts of stuff. So I thought we'd start out with a few statistics. I did bring my handy dandy reading journal here, which is definitely a work in progress, but I do enjoy updating it. Here's my intro page, my sticker collage to enter my to my reading journal. So if I get to, let's see here, get to my monthly stats. So we've got some monthly stats pages, have some ideas on how I want to do it better next year, but this is what we have right now. So in June, I read 3 books total. I read 1,184 pages. All 3 books I read were fiction. 2 were books I owned, 1 I borrowed from the library, and all 3 of them were physical books this month. So let's talk about June first. So the first one I finished was Hopeless by Elsie Silver. So this completed the Chestnut Springs series. I've heard a lot of people say they didn't like Bo's book, but I really enjoyed it. I thought it was a good ending to the series. I mean, I'm still sad it's over, because I love the Eaton family, and I love the extended found family of everyone else that's included in that group. I thought Bo, a lot of what he went through made sense to me. My boyfriend is a veteran, and so I feel like his issues acclimating back to civilian life, trying to figure out what his next thing is, because he had his entire identity wrapped up in being in the military. And then Bailey, that small town life, man. People decide your family is trash and that's how they're going to treat you. Unfortunately, that's just the way it is. And I thought that Bo was very sweet, offering to try to help her not be so treated so badly based on her last name. So I really enjoyed it. I thought it was a great conclusion. This will definitely be one of my all-time favorite romance series, right up there with Virgin River, which is my all-time favorite. This one is competing heavily to dethrone that. So that is this one. And now I'm trying to remember how many stars I gave it. I think I gave this one 4.5. I think. I'll have to go back and double check, and I'll put it up on the screen. Because now I don't remember, because I don't remember things. So, Hopeless by Elsie Silver, book 1 in June. Book 2, Famous Last Words by Gillian McAllister. This was her follow-up to Wrong Place, Wrong Time, which I also thoroughly enjoyed. This one has to do with a man who has taken 3 people hostage. His wife is trying to understand what could possibly have happened to make her loving, fun-loving, gentle husband do such a thing. And so just following on that journey to figure out how things came to happen on that morning. So this one I also really enjoyed. Like I said, I loved Wrong Place, Wrong Time, so I think she might be one of my favorite thriller authors. I do believe she has a few other books. Let me see if I can find in here. So yeah, it looks like she has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 other books. So I need to check those out, because like I said, I've really liked the 2 of hers that I have read. So I think this one was also 4.5. Again, I'll put it up on the screen because I'm a dork and didn't have that information written down. And then the last book, I don't have it because it was a library book, and it was None Shall Sleep by Ellie Marney. So this is a YA mystery. I felt like it was similar to how people describe The Natural series by Jennifer Lynn Barnes. It takes place within the FBI. You have serial killers that are being interviewed by the FBI, which is part of what the Behavioral Analysis Unit does. I almost said Behavioral Science Unit, but that's the old name. So that's what part of what they do to try to understand people who commit heinous crimes like serial murder. But they also have some teenage serial killers, which of course is thoroughly terrifying that those exist, but they do. And so they bring in two young people, late teens, early 20s, to help with those interviews, thinking that those offenders may relate better to someone closer to their age. And so it goes from there. And it is a trilogy, so there are 3 books. I can't wait to read the other 2. Just haven't gotten my hands on them yet. Distracted by the next new and shiny thing. So those were the 3 books, and I also don't remember the rating, but I'll also put that up there with the book. Yeah, so that was June. Again, not the most fruitful month for reading, but still got some reading done. Now, if we move to July, I read 2 books, so not the direction I wanted to go. Hopefully we'll do better in August. But I read 612 pages, 2 books, like I said, 1 owned, 1 borrowed. 1 was physical and 1 was digital. So the digital one I'll put up here is called Scratched Off by Erin Scott. It's the latest in her Whiskers and Words mystery series. Lou is the main female character. She owns a bookstore in Button, Washington, that's Whiskers and Words. It's also a cat adoption sanctuary. So she takes in stray cats and helps to find them homes, with the help of Noah, who was the local veterinarian. And then there's just this whole cast of wonderful characters, as there are in small town books. I love cozy mysteries and small town romance. Like, I'm all about the small town vibe. Except when it goes wrong, like it did for poor Bailey. But you get to follow along with her regulars. You have all of the people in the town, her best friend, and then you have her best friend's animals, because you have the horse named OC, of course, from Mr. Ed. A horse is a horse, of course. So he's OC. And then you have Steve. He's a pygmy goat, and he wears pajamas, and he is OC's best friend. So, I mean, right there, how can you go wrong? But that was the latest installment of that one. All of the titles of those books all have cat-related puns, which I'm all about puns, so that makes me happy. So that was Scratched Off. I know I'm 99.9% sure I rated that 4 stars, because I don't give Erin's books anything less than 4, because I love her cozy mysteries. I just love curling up with the books in these small towns that I've come to love all the characters. So that is the first one. And then the second one that I finished was Caraval by Stephanie Garber. So this is the first in the Caraval trilogy. Caraval, I go back and forth on how I say it. I don't really know which one's right. But it took me a little bit to get into this one, which is why I didn't give it 5 stars. I think I gave it 4.5. So it was a little bit slow to start. I was a little annoyed with Scarlett, the main female character at the beginning, but as the book played out, I understood more about why she was the way she was, and she started to grow as a character, which that's what we like in books. So this is the first in the Caraval trilogy, like I mentioned. And it also has an ending novella. If you saw my August TBR video that was my most recent that I posted, you'll see that Legendary, Finale, and Spectacular are on my August TBR. So those will be tackled this month. Again, really enjoyed this one. Not my best couple of months of reading, but you know what? It's okay, because I still read. I think that's the most important part. I didn't completely give up on reading. I didn't step away completely. I've stopped and started a lot of books. I'm not recording those as DNFs because it was me. It was not the book. And those I think will definitely be revisited. So that's the wrap up for June and July. I am looking forward to jumping into my August books. I'm already reading one. You guys will be seeing a reading vlog for reading my August TBR. That is going to be a video I hope to have posted by the end of the month, or somewhere close to that. And I look forward to sharing all of my thoughts related to those books in that moment. And again, for joining, I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!